The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second
By virtue of the powers vested in me as Acting Vice Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements being celebrated on this occasion. Let's pause for a while. Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ramahwai Mahano. I am a professor of parasitology and the vice principal institutional development. A very good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me remind you that we are in a celebratory event. And it is important that the mood should actually resonate with the intended purpose of the event itself. It truly gives me the greatest of pleasures to welcome you to this 31st UNISA Autumn Graduation Ceremony, which forms part of the 84 ceremonies which will be held until the 30th of June this very year. As UNISA, we are excited that by the end of June, a total of 48,799 candidates would have received their degree and diploma certificates. Out of this number, there are 463 master's degrees and 219 doctoral degrees. This is a phenomenal accomplishment by all standards. There is no other university in the country, in the continent, may I venture to say that even in most parts of the world, which rivals UNISA in terms of its magnitude and its throughput. We are therefore excited as a university to make meaningful and noticeable strides in contributing towards the knowledge and skills economies of our country and by extension, our continent as a whole. But as I welcome you to this wonderful and grand occasion of the University of South Africa, it is important that I extend the message of welcome and congratulations from the Chancellor and former State President of our country, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki, the Principal and Vice Chancellor of our university, Professor Puleng Lenkabula, and the Council of our university, ably led by Dr. Dan Musia. These leaders of our university are very proud and excited about your accomplishments. And their desire is that this wonderful moment of success which you are experiencing this afternoon should literally spawn many more successes in your lives. But I will be falling short of my duties if I do not particularize the parents, the guardians, spouses and friends of you, the graduates. These are important people who played a very, very pivotal role, in your lives. As you were contending with many balls in life, they actually lended a hand of support, a hand that assured you that it is worth holding on. That is why, to this end, you are now celebrating your accomplishment. And we want to unreservedly express our deep sense of gratitude to you, the parents, guardians, spouses, as well as friends of our graduates. As a university, we are forever indebted to your acts of kindness and support. Ladies and gentlemen, in this ceremony, 461 diploma and degree certificates will be awarded and conferred, but only 228 will be received in presentia. In other words, the candidates are in this very ceremony to receive their certificates in person. The rest will actually make an effort to communicate with the offices of the university to receive their certificates. But then it is quite exciting that out of this number that is graduating in this very ceremony, 83 diplomas and degrees will be awarded cum laude, that is, with distinction. Now, Ntateng Kwang, the regional director, let me just indicate that there is something phenomenally good that is happening in your region. Even last year, I noticed a high number of distinctions in your region. And it is very important that we get to discover, that particular thing that makes this region to perform so well. But then to assist me, ladies and gentlemen, to officiate over this ceremony, there are officials of the university, and I would like to introduce them. Representing the office of the registrar, we have Dr. Benny Likubu, who is acting deputy registrar, giving oversight to governance. Also, we have the regional director, Ndate M. Nkwang, and also Dr. Trudy Forbey, who is the executive director of print productions. Representing the College of Law, we have Professor M. Budeli Nemakonde, who is the Deputy Executive Dean of the college, rather the Executive Dean, not the Deputy of the college. And also we have Advocate Khahudi Morota, who will be delivering the Chancellor's address at a later stage. These are the representatives of the College of Law in this ceremony. Proceeding then to the College of Economic and Management Sciences, we have Professor O.M. Ledimu, as well as Professor K.H. Jordan. From the College of Education, we have Professor J. Seroto, who is the acting Deputy Executive Dean, and Professor M.M. Poshoko, who is the head of Quality Assurance and Enhancement, and we have Professor R.B. Munyai as a college representative, and Professor N. Madigizela Madia as a college representative, and Professor P.K. Mudau also as a college representative. From the College of Accounting Sciences, we have Dr. R.E. Thakudi and Professor B. Akas, as well as Dr. A. Lehodi. These are the representatives of the College of Accounting Sciences. And also from the College of Graduate Studies, we have Professor G.P. Baloi. The College of Human Sciences is represented by Professor Van Niekerk, as well as Professor S. Safler. If there is any other official of the university that I have inadvertently omitted, I do want to apologize and hope that we will amend that shortfall during the course of the proceedings. But then also we have a doctoral candidate. This is a person who would have attained the ultimate level of education, and we want to celebrate him, but then the supervisor also has done equally an important job. We congratulate and appreciate the presence of Professor S.J. Horn, who supervised the doctoral work of the candidate Devendran Modley. But also, ladies and gentlemen, there are colleagues who work behind the scenes to ensure that our ceremonies are accorded the dignity that they deserve. And we are very proud about what these colleagues of ours are doing in preparing for the ceremonies. These are colleagues in the graduation division of our university, colleagues from the Department of Institutional Advancement, and colleagues from the Department of Facilities Management, and colleagues from the Multimedia Center, and the Division of Employee Wellness and Human Wellness within the Human Resource Department of our university, and also colleagues who man the various offices of our region. We want to say to you, colleagues, whilst your names do not find their way into the programs and the documents that we use in these ceremonies, please know that you are nonetheless highly, highly appreciated for the phenomenal work that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my introductory remarks, there are 3 announcements that I would like to make, or maybe 4. The first announcement is that let us put our cell phones on the silent mode. This is very important because it is often annoying and disturbing to hear cell phones ringing during the course of the proceedings. I always maintain that if you don't know how to do that, we recognize your shortfall and give you permission to ask somebody next to you to assist you. Stepping off from that announcement, at UNISA we take graduations as celebratory events. We celebrate success. And in the African context, when we celebrate, our mothers, our sisters will ululate. And we're talking about the pure African ululation, not shouting, not screams, but pure ululation as a symbol of excitement. And that we will permit. and also the praises which depict our histories or histories, as some will contend. Those we will permit. And also those who want to shake a little bit their mortal structures, we will permit. However, it's very important, very, very important. Never make a mistake about this. You do that only for your son, your daughter, your niece, or your nephew. You do not interfere with the other candidate. You are only here for your son, your daughter, your nephew, and your niece. What I'm trying to get to is every candidate out of these 428 candidates seated here deserves, without any compromise, to hear his or her name announced without your interruption. That is fundamental. So when you ululate, your daughter, your son will be here. And as soon as your daughter, your son leaves where I will be seated, please be quiet. Absolutely quiet. No extension of praise, no extension of ululation. Because it is the opportunity for another candidate. If we do that, we will have a celebratory event. And the last announcement is for you, the graduates. Once you have traversed the stage, work your way back into the auditorium to your seat as you will be directed. It is not time to hang outside or to go home. Going home before we conclude the proceedings is grossly unethical. You cannot receive your certificates being applauded by everybody. And when it is the opportunity for another candidate, you decide to exit. And you parents must never even encourage it. I will be watching you keenly. And lastly, let us celebrate each candidate with absolute excitement and intensity. Even the 428th candidate must be celebrated just like we will be celebrating the first candidate. If we do that, we will enjoy our proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with absolute delight that I introduce Advocate Kahudi Murota to you. Advocate Kahudi Murota is a senior academic in the Department of Jurisprudence and also the head of the UNISA Law Clinic. The UNISA Law Clinic is an entity which is assisting communities throughout the landscape of our country on legally related matters. His academic fields of interest include business law, environmental and energy law, philosophy, and social politics. Let us put our hands together as we welcome Advocate Kahudi Murota to the lectern.
His Excellency, the Chancellor, President Thabo Mbeki, Madam Vice Chancellor, Professor Puleng Lengabula, Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor S.R. Magano, Vice Principals, members of management, executive deans, Dean of Students, the professorate, members of the academy, university staff members, students, Student Representative Council leadership, and most importantly, graduates, families, friends, and supporters of the graduates here today. Good afternoon. I'm Advocate Khakuji Morota, and it is my great honor and privilege to address you at this 2025 autumn graduation ceremony. I have entitled this Chancellor's Address, Shaping Leaders, Igniting Innovation, and Inspiring Impact. A title that encapsulates not only the essence of this moment, but the global gaps that we all have a responsibility to fill. This theme resonates with the university's mission, which is to be, I open quote, the African university shaping futures in the service of humanity, I close quote, which describes the university's intention to serve not only the African continent, but the broader global community. In the same breath, I encourage you not to accept the refugee offer from the American President Donald Trump, but remain in this beautiful country and use your education to contribute towards building a safe and prosperous South Africa where no race is superior to the other, as we believe in a rainbow nation. The hopes and aspirations of this beautiful country, of this fertile continent, are bestowed upon you, graduates. You must say to your degrees and diplomas, you are my ticket to the real world. And your lecturers were supposed to wear sunglasses at this graduate ceremony because, graduates, you are so bright. You look so bright as you are seated on those chairs of honor. Today marks a significant day in your lives. It is not just the completion of your qualifications, but also the beginning of your journeys as leaders, innovators, public servants, employers, and agents of meaningful change. In a world marked by rapid transformation and uncertainty, your education has equipped you with the knowledge and skills to transform your lives and those around you. You have faced different challenges that have confronted you in this journey. For some of you, it took years and real tears to get here. Countless sleepless nights, you have missed important social events in your quest to get your qualification. It took prayers from your loved ones. You had to acquire study loans and take extra jobs to be able to pay for your fees. You all have stories of resilience and courage that have gotten you here. And today, your sacrifices, your resilience, your courage have yielded results. I therefore want to invite you to just take few seconds to reflect on your journey. And now that you have done so, pat yourself on the shoulder. You did this. You are allowed to take a nap during this graduation ceremony so that you dream big. Your ancestors are watching you at this very moment, ululating in pride and joy. You have made generations proud. You can clap your hands for yourself. You are entering the world as educated individuals. This does not mean you are better than everyone else, but it sets you apart. Let me tell you a secret, and please promise me not to tell anyone else. You are graduating from one of the biggest universities in the entire world. You are not graduating from a university of some small city. You are not graduating from a university of some rural province. You are not graduating from a university of a person. You are graduating from a university of the whole nation, University of South Africa. You graduate from a university that is ranked top 7 by the QS World University Rankings amongst 124 South African institutions of higher learning, including colleges and academics. It ranks top 6 in Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, and also ranked by the Webmetrics at 732nd place globally out of over 81,000 higher learning institutions in the world. Our tuition and learning model at UNISA provide a rigorous training for our students to develop key characteristics and attributes of well-rounded professionals. This includes working independently under pressure, good in time management, hard work, problem-solving abilities, along with adaptability, teamwork, and a lifelong learning mindset. In short, what I'm trying to say, employers present here, is that UNISA graduates are a great deal. They are a cocktail, all in one. You can entrust them with your companies while enjoying your holidays in Maldives and Honolulu. Our beloved graduates, you step into the world armed with knowledge. Therefore, you are not merely holders of diplomas and degrees. You are custodians of change, critical thinkers and leaders, shaped by a deeply rooted understanding of the world and its complexities. The world does not just need more graduates. It needs graduates who are innovative in their thinking, impactful in their actions, and responsible to the daily, local, and international challenges that confront our society. We are faced with geopolitical tensions, climate change, gender-based violence, racial tensions, corruptions and government issues, water scarcity, energy crisis, economic stagnation, and many other challenges. The records of the Statistics South Africa on unemployment rate in the country states that South Africa's youth unemployment hit 62.4% in Q1 of 2025. This is the real genocide of young people in the contemporary South Africa. Therefore, you graduates of today must respond innovatively and impactfully to these challenges. As Nelson Mandela, an alumnus of UNISA, once said, open quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world," close quote. Your learning must not be reduced to memorized facts, but must reflect a critical and conscious epistemology, a way of thinking that honors both local and global knowledge systems, a way of knowing that honors both local and global knowledge systems, I must emphasize. You might be met with the challenges in your respective qualification fields, but the same resilience and courage that you got you these qualifications, you must use them to face the world out there. Do not only sit and wait to be recognized, Knock on doors for opportunities, approach industry leaders and offer your services, compile applications to request funding, start your own businesses, network internationally, and be visible. Do not just sit and wait to be picked. Take proactive action. You are not just a graduate, remember the secret. You are a graduate of the University of South Africa. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, I urge you to carry yourselves with confidence and integrity. Be change makers, be innovative, and continuously pursue impact with a deep sense of responsibility and purpose. The world is waiting for you, not just for your success, but for your contribution as well. You must thank three things in your life: your God, your family, and the University of South Africa. When you get home, the hashtag is #Sebambili. Congratulations, class of 2025. Your beautiful future awaits. Halala.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Advocate Morota deserves another round of applause. Thank you very much, Advocate, for the insightful message of congratulations and the best wishes that you have clearly articulated to the graduates. We appreciate every word that you have uttered. And I do want to believe that the graduates, and by extension all of us, would have taken heed to some of the things that you have mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, by virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear in the program. I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Devendran Montgomery Modley for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Professor Horne was the supervisor. I will now proceed and read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In his thesis, entitled An Exploration of the Policing of Drug Trafficking in the eThekwini Municipality District, KwaZulu-Natal, he employed a qualitative case study design to analyze in his thesis, entitled An Exploration of the Policing of Drug Trafficking in eThekwini Municipality District, KwaZulu-Natal, he employed a qualitative case study design to analyze investigative approaches, intelligence gaps, and systematic challenges in the policing of drug trafficking in South Africa. Devendran Modley's research highlights critical shortfalls in resources, training, and intelligence, and proposes a conceptual framework to enhance strategic responses to drug trafficking in South Africa. Emphasizing intelligence-led policing, international collaboration and capacity building, The study offers practical recommendations and significantly contributes to improving anti-drug trafficking efforts in South Africa. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Devdran Mogambri Moodley the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Devendran Mogambri Moodley.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Laws. Carl Peter Jordan. Nhlanhla Nkosi.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Astrid Elvira Arens. Ismail Bajas. Carol N. Bianca Barnard. Joshua Carl Dreyer. Wasima Hirabai. Jacob Augustus Kadali. Avuyile Mabaleka. Zwelake Christian Mahonono. Cassidy Mickleton Lapets. Sadia Morwa Melamo. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Present Moyo receives the degree with distinction. Azola Sibonise Mchabe. Tembisa Euphonia Nokonya. Baihaki Elizabeth Ntau. Litemba Mtongana. Mbali Numalo. Tiffany Emba Rabi. Vanset Kumari Reddy. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Zinat Said obtains the degree with distinction. Fergus Aaron Samai. Portia Zukiswa Siolo. Simon Jacobus Streicher. Elton Ricardo Romano Willems. Sipesitle LM Zingato.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Education Honors. Lorenzo Jason Adams. Caroline Janine Davidson. Talia Amor Geldenhuys. Elsie Elnith Erasmus. Angelique Fenter. Jolene Prince. The degree was obtained with distinction. Charmaine Pretorius. Degree obtained with distinction. Melanie Michaels. Annette Glenis Karsten. Mankeke Flora Shako.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the candidate receives the degree of Bachelor of Education Honors. Zainab Slarmi. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Education. Vasika Abrahams, degree obtained with distinction. Jade Adams, degree obtained with distinction. Zain Destiny Joanne Amon, degree obtained with distinction. Bianca Badenost. Cleo Konjana. Tanya Beitendach. Abigail Rachel Carr. Roseanne Carolus. Jamie Lee Boyd, degree obtained with distinction. Vilmaret Botma, degree obtained with distinction. Bulelwa Polisi. Zininzi Bikwana. Chantel Bester. Anmart Ben, degree obtained with distinction. Melissa Bos, degree obtained with distinction. Devaneth Runel Dimas. Abigail Storm de Kok. Dilshad Damons, degree obtained with distinction. Soteni Surprise Lamini. Jason Albert Dixon, degree obtained with distinction. Nadipa Janti. Jamie Lee Alistine Dias. Cassidy Edwards, degree obtained with distinction. Tamia Elliott. Elshinet Esterhazen. Lorraine Agatha Fortain. Joven Brad Fredericks, degree obtained with distinction. Zainab Khamik. Camilita George. Maria Aleta Gerber, degree obtained with distinction. Sadika Haribi, degree obtained with distinction. Kali Jess Hendricks. Tamiren Hector. Ilke Horn. Samantha Hoza. Nazima Jacobs, degree obtained with distinction. Salama Johnson. Yolanda Liani Juris. Shalil Nahilan Kemuti. Simone Kuhn, degree obtained with distinction. Suleiman Krecha, degree obtained with distinction. Mia Creer, degree obtained with distinction. Clarice Leroux, degree obtained with distinction. Nolunwabo Matondile, Leah Manuel, Storm Chelsea Mayer, degree obtained with distinction. Tiffany Ember Mayer, Sisanda Mkumbi, Madia Mohammed, Tobeka Mpondo, degree obtained with distinction. Spesihle Ndabangaye. Yes. Franchen Nell, degree obtained with distinction. Happy Nememba, Vania Joy Petha, degree obtained with distinction. Raoul Neligent Paulse, Melandri Patricia Aniris Persons, degree obtained with distinction. Blaine Caitlin Peterson, degree obtained with distinction. Shante Michelle Peterson, Brianita Marilyn Pfeiffer, Dawson Phillips, Gina Page Pico, degree obtained with distinction. Alison Nicole Peters, Marion Michelle Peterson, Juanita Livonia Robbenheimer, Marion Chandre Jodis Reeds, degree obtained with distinction. Jordan Tony Eloise Retif, Jacqueline Sampson, degree obtained with distinction. Karel Schwimbecher, Nontsumi Senze, Amarentia Sheldon, degree obtained with distinction. Hestenique Simone Simon, Tahira Simons, degree obtained with distinction. Samantha Angelique Steenkamp, degree obtained with distinction. Surya Stoffberg, degree obtained with distinction. Judith Strauss, degree obtained with distinction. Rolandi Stradom, degree obtained with distinction. Michelle Valentine, degree obtained with distinction. Kaideen Lian Sonel van Aert, Tanya van der Reist, Lyken van der Walt, degree obtained with distinction. Monya van der Heerden, degree obtained with distinction. Chrysalia Majoris van der Skalkwyk, Danielle van Zyl, degree obtained with distinction. Janika Anja Vermaak, Shedwin Juan Verwey, Janke Visachi, Alexander Taylor Way, degree obtained with distinction. Marisa Way, degree obtained with distinction. Loriza Abigail Williams. Yasmina Withering. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Anika Wolfart obtained the degree with distinction.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the shift continues. Madeli Berger. Nawal Kasiem. Rhys Dijegar. Lorikei Dikok. Lizelle Elizabeth Divet. Meniba Esop. Naomi Ford. Ilse Claudia Harris. Bhavna Indamen. Am I right? James Jacobs. Benaise Jafta. Daniel James John Yechels. Melissa May Jones Craig. Shirley Hubert. Michelle Audrey Mashapi. Ethni Micheline Meya. Thandokazi Mguzulo. Carla Meller. Elbelin Braylin Neft. Nontsikelelo Julia Njangase. Sage Michaela Parenzi. Marianne Pierre. Fezana Rhoda. Natasha Rosen. Ilam Sedik. Tasnin Sedik. Robin September. Kayla van der Merwe. Lynn van Wyk. Alicia van Wijngaard. Alicia Bartman. Roselle Bruce. Nontutuko Laurentia Mnyukana. Mary Pamela Magoswana. Yes, Mtwana. Eshla Elizabeth Nell. Nicole Pieros. Estelle Joan Favor.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receives the degree of Bachelor of Administration. Caitlin Lynette King. Jackie Koliwe Makoliso. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receives the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Gaina Komien Forte. Anja Fulop. Matemba Isaac Mdlielwa. Chantel Peterse. Brandon Rhodes. Carmen Ilse van der Berg. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Johan Adams. Heather Bell. Lunsey Margaret Tails. Rhoda Domingo. Bongile Dugulu. Akila Haroin. Gideon Jacobus Johannes Jordan. Bonita Joseph. Vimbai Janet Mafundayeza. Richmond Tichaone Katerere. Bongiwe Ngoko. Rishka Ori. Rosanne van Weingaard. Colin Owen Willems. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Nomadinga Pilela Mpuku receives the degree of Bachelor of Administration.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Dirk Wouter Bester. Bernice Bezedenhout. Tian Bretz. Celine Julia Becker. Regan Thompson Clifton, degree obtained with distinction. Desmond Henry Slay. Eugene Leon Gutierrez. Kerry Colin Grich. Can I see the other name? Jean Nathando Crisando Davids. Yanika Katharina de Kock, degree obtained with distinction. Valente de Swart. Thank you. Kill Larito Darwin. Annelise Extien. Jamil Erasmus. Michael Faria. Marili Gilfilan. Ruan Jansen van Vieren. June Gamambo. Piri Christian Lachranje. Maruchel Leleroux. Vuyogazi Machaya. Machaya. Katie Snell, degree obtained with distinction. Shani Oliphant. Zulfa Oma. Falruska Brendalyn Roux. Heinbert Scholz. Lorraine Lucinda September. Even David Slabbert, degree obtained with distinction. Shante Octavia Spielman. Anneke Stein. Elzane Swart. Diana Swift. Tandile Divini. Nel van Divender. Henrico Klage van Skalvik. Heinrich Fender. Yasen Hoka. sorry, my dear.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Celeste Abrahams. Kaylin Roxine Adams. Mohammed Yassin Alexander. Fidos Amirodin. Cindy Louis Achilles. Chatwin Alroy Arens. Duncan Bedenhost. Petrus Andre Benaid. Melanie Christelle Bois. Joshua Alexander Booth. Andre Anton Booth. Andre Moses Botile. Gria Terren Brown. Mary Ann Kutsie. Tanya Roslyn Mary Ann Crawford. Gaino Jill Kopudo. Rukaya Davis. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Lisa Desmore obtained the degree with distinction. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Kim Melissa DeVet obtained the degree with distinction. Lingeletu Deepa. Janine Duplessis. Fernis Jacobus Duplessis. Nokubonga Gladness Diati Nkimba. Hanno Erasmus. Jacqueline Yolandi Everton. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Natalie Fine obtained the degree with distinction. Nicola Fori. Nkululi Gela. Denelyn Azelia Geldeblum. Barry John Gordon Davis. Prinash Govender. Jeffrey Nobel Hendricks. Leah Yu. Natasha Denise Isaacs. Shazia Jomath. Andrea Johannes. Nicole Jones. Ashley Nicole Josephs. Kapinga Frazier Kabuya. Zanele Kwanele Kumalo. Luvuyo Love Lahlani. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Haley Liebenberg obtained the degree with distinction. Nelisa Catherine Makangela. Lloyd Mamuna Konde Baveledi. Sandy Les Stewart Mandla. Lucinda Martin. Jane Mary Messias. Unati Mfebe. Siyabulela Mgojo. Vayanda Mkula. Indira Mkuntwana. Mduduzi Mlotsa. Yolandi Sanet Newton. Aisha Mullins. Candice Naidu Pepino. Zwelathemba Matemba Kaba. Zwelathemba Matemba Ngaba. Olusula Adimola Oduole. Lizo Matthews Paul. Daniela Peterson. Tembekani Mankazana Pida. Jean-Pierre Plato. Austin Bradley Prince. Matthew Eden Robson. Amy Sampson. Kayla Simeon. Nongubela Michelle Sitole. Melikaya Julius Siolo. Tashley Ashlyn Small. Hafesa Sedula. Wadid Talib. Chantel Titus. Charlene Lizette van der Merwe. Nadine Teresa van Rooyen. Monique van Vreden. John Martin van Stey. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Muhammad Azad Voutasin obtained the degree with distinction. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Kirsty Nathan receives the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the College of Law.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Levi, sorry, he's walked already. I know you're eager to get off the stage. Levi Ali Saib River, or is it River the first name? Okay, sorry. Apologize for that. River Levi Ali Saib. Robin Kirsten Arens. Stephanie Jane Boyson. Samantha Tinatenda Bushu. Brianne Portia Clutie. Lawrence Kutsia. DeAndrea Gendre Davids. Shante Lee Davis. Zoe Dooling. Yongama Fikani. Gina Haylett. Rafiq Isaacs. Yolandi Janssen. Lauren Nolene Irene Lila. Laverne Tamron Lowe. Gladys Adlight Machuri. The printed didn't work. Intombi Kayese Matetuke. Thank you. Wandili Mbashi. Luke Daniel Ulufsa. Luciandre Otto. Yonda Kose. Nosipa Mandla Rasimi. Andiswe Sasha. Linnell Spannenberg. Mazan Swat.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Zimaseka Matogoza. Monyarazi Masiwa. Chweni Charlotte Msiska. Nokonwaba Mtontjeni. Awelani Nechibangoni. Stanley Zambezi.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Education. Rai Isau Adams, the diploma is obtained with distinction. Amatula Isaac, the diploma obtained with distinction. Candice Selina January, diploma obtained with distinction. V. Wetlas. Mawetu Kwindla, diploma obtained with distinction. Linda Makachu. Simongile Usipile Mankai. Fatima Manuel, diploma obtained with distinction. Chantel Mellet, diploma obtained with distinction. Talita Chumango Momoza. Marizain Obeholza. Manelise Kwabe. Stephanie Lauren Scappers, diploma obtained with distinction. Nandipa Olivia Foy Madikani, diploma obtained with distinction.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Hayward Ambrose, Africa. Vetazil Jacqueline Bezeden-Hood. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Gideon Berger obtained the diploma with distinction. Luciana Brendan Clark. Jamie Cleopas. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Louis Estenhazen obtained the diploma with distinction. Jody Navel Hendricks. Amara Latif. Sikutile Pauline Maduo. Kathleen Francisca Menezes. Tembile Mqokozeli. Annelisa Ni. Fezile Ntanjana. Shannon Potter. Akuwengile Sakwe. Annelisa Siatana. Bernard Tiba. Emily van Boom. Abeda van Niel. Kingston Volskik. Elton Florenzo Velmse.
Thank you. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Jade Elizabeth Alman, the degree is obtained with distinction. Adam Michael Pillay. Here you go. Georgia Chantal Rowe, diploma obtained with distinction. Christelle Fulyoun, diploma obtained with distinction. Warren Yandre Willems. Thank you. Duncan Maxwell Witboy. 26.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Bibiche Kuzatuka Bangula receives the diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Kalafel Yoon received the diploma in the College of Education. The diploma was obtained with distinction.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that you will agree with me that it is necessary to give the graduates a thunderous round of applause. We can all agree that we had a fabulous graduation ceremony. We celebrated each and every one of you, giving each and every one of you the due regard, the due attention. And I was listening to the intensity of the applause from the audience. It was marvelous. Well done to you. When you look at good work, which is testament in this ceremony, one wishes that one would be having an ability to prolong the event so that you enjoy it, intensely. However, because of the limitations of time, we have to conclude the proceedings. But as we conclude the ceremony, my final task is just to add to the congratulations and commendations that have been lavished on you. You truly deserve all the praises, all accolades, because you have done well. You have successfully acquired twin abilities of industriousness. You are a fitting example of what hard work is all about. But also you have demonstrated another important feature which many students who are in contact universities do not possess. And I know what I'm saying. The quality of working independently towards set goals. That is a very important acquisition in life. And you have done so because literally you have been studying remotely without the privilege of being in contact with your tutors, your lecturers. That ability is noble. It can take you through every situation that you will have to contend with in life. But as we congratulate you, please receive the congratulations and best wishes from the Chancellor of our university and the former state president of our country, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki, the Principal and Vice Chancellor of our university, Professor Pulenle Nkabula, and the Council of our university, ably led by Dr. Dan Musia. These leaders of our university are truly proud about your accomplishments, and they unreservedly wish you everything of the best in your future endeavors. But while we celebrate the good work you have accomplished, let me remind you that it is not adequate just to do good or to accomplish goodness. Goodness must always be translated to greatness. Nothing can be taken from you at this stage. You have done well, you have done good. But goodness should be translated to greatness. Yes, it is good that you met all the standards that are entailed in the qualification that you're enrolled for. That is good, that is commendable. Also, it is good that you obtained your qualification, as Advocate Morota alluded to in the Chancellor's address. You obtained your qualification from an internationally renowned university. And we say that without any modicum of equivocation. And he went to demonstrate why this university that you have studied through is regarded to be one of the best in the country and even globally. But the goodness that you have experienced, which is measured in the amount of knowledge and the skill sets you possess, must be transitioned into greatness. Now, Jim Collins, in his book entitled Good to Great, asserts that good is the enemy of great. Good is the enemy of great. Now, great or greatness, if you wish, is fully attained through altruistic acts. The acts of selflessness, the acts of wanting to share the good that you have with others, and not limiting the good that you have to yourself. Those are altruistic acts. Now, once good transitions into those kind of acts, greatness sets in. So you cannot afford to stop at the level of being good or doing good. You must work yourself towards greatness. The knowledge and the skill sets you possess must impact every space you occupy positively. You cannot afford, after studying, after acquiring knowledge, to conduct yourself like a person who does not have knowledge. Knowledge must dictate the way you do things, even in your workspace. The knowledge that you have acquired must eliminate, it must erase shoddiness, the tendency to do things poorly, even in your workspace. Why? You possess knowledge. It is very important that you accord yourself that way. Solomon, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 14. And I want you to concentrate on the wisdom. Even if what I'm quoting is contrary to the faith that you espouse, but let us look at the wisdom entailed in these words. He says, and I quote, "Like clouds and wind without rain, so is a man who boasts of gifts he does not share." In other words, if you have knowledge, if you have skills, which you do not share to impact lives positively, you're just like clouds hanging in the sky, containing water, but the clouds do not release the water to nourish the dry earth. Some time ago, I was busy watering my lawn. My neighbor went past by, and he stopped to say to me, "What are you doing? Why are you watering your lawn when the clouds have built up and rain is imminent? Why?" In a fraction of a second, to acquit myself from the challenge that I was facing from my neighbor, I recalled an adage that expresses the wisdom of my forebears when they said, "Maru hasipula, musi ke molelo," which simply says, in English, clouds are not rain, but smoke is fire. And indeed, that afternoon, though the clouds were showing eminence to release water, it did not rain. Even days to come, there was no rain. And when I met my neighbor, I reminded my neighbor about the wisdom of my forebears. Maru hasipula. Clouds are not rain, but smoke is fire. Yes, you have knowledge. Throughout the period of your study, you were getting pregnant with wisdom. Skills, you acquired them. But you have reached a time and a moment to release, like clouds which will release water to nourish the earth. Our country is having challenges. The continent is having challenges because those who have to release the water in them to nourish the country, to nourish the continent, are not doing so. We are saying to you, as we bid you farewell, to say, well done, go into your spaces, release the water that is laden in you to nourish your space with the knowledge, the wisdom, the skills you have acquired. But another feature of greatness is humility. Greatness goes with humility. Bill Hybels and Rob Wilkins wrote a book entitled Descending into Greatness. How do you descend into greatness? Those who know English will say this is an oxymoron. It is a statement that appears to be contradictory because the conceptualization of greatness is to ascend. But these authors are saying you must descend into greatness. And they have titled their book deliberately that way to demonstrate that if you're seeking greatness, if you want to impact the lives of people positively, with the knowledge and the skills you possess, you must know how to descend. You do not have any choice. Martin Luther King Jr. says, and I quote, if you cannot do great things, if you can't do great things, you can do small things in a great way. So our imploration to you as you graduate, as a UNISA graduate, as a UNISA alumnus, is go out there and do small things in a great way. Do not be satiated with the status quo. The situation must change. Many, many congratulations to you. Well done. May I kindly request Dr. Modley to stand up. It is my delight to be the first to address you as doctor. Those who did so before me, they did so unofficially. Now, this is official. And in case somebody addresses you otherwise, you are entitled to correct that person. Well done to you, and we want to thank you for having stood the entire course up to this end. We thank you for being a very good example to our other colleagues. You are saying to them literally, it is possible. It is not something that is out of reach. It could be attained. And we want to inspire them that they should not stop in their moment of success, as you would have done many times for you to have reached this stage. Congratulations, well done. And you are the only one we're going to allow to sleep with the gown. The rest must put off their gowns tonight. At UNISA, we are keen to see every student having the opportunity to study, regardless of their background, regardless of their origin. As a result, most of our students come from the margins of our economies, the margins of our society, and are unable to finance their studies. It's a reality that we're sitting with. Out of 378,000 students registered at UNISA, in excess of 50% of them cannot pay for their fees. They are reliant on the National Student Funding Scheme, NSFAS. And because they are studying with UNISA, which is regarded to be an ODEL institution, unlike your contact universities, the subsidy that they get from NSFAS is not the same amount as the one that is given to a student who's studying at a contact university. Their subsidy is small compared to the subsidy that is given to students who are studying at your typically contact universities. We're working hard jointly with the National Student Representative Council to recruit funds to assist our students. But we do not want to deprive you of the opportunity in the event you are keen to contribute towards the UNISA Bursary Fund. The details of the Bursary Fund are obtainable from the UNISA website, www.unisa.ac.za. So in case you are able, this is not obligatory. In case you are able, please make your contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, after this announcement, I would like you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 25 of the program, and to remain standing after the anthem to enable me to dissolve the congregation. You are also requested to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. by virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.